Okay, let's work an example of how to solve a trig equation that's not going to be on the unit circle. You saw my voice, I'm getting a little more excited because we're getting into not so boring math now. So let's do a problem where we have 3 sine of theta plus 2 equals 0, and I want the answers between 0 and 2 pi. This means my answers must be in radians. If you give me the answer in degrees, I'm going to mark it wrong, regardless even if it's the correct degree, because I'm telling you right now, I want the answers in radians. All right, so first thing I need to do is I need to isolate sine. So I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. I am going to divide by 3. I'm going to take arcs. Now that I've got the trig or sine, the trig equate, the state trig function isolated, I could take the arc of it. So I'm going to do arc sine. I get theta equals arc sine of a negative 2/3. You need to throw this in the calculator because it is not on your unit circle. You can do 2 or 3 decimal places. I'm going to do 2, and I'm going to tell you this is approximately negative 0.73. All right, so that is just the starting point where we're going to go. Now, I'm going to use my reference angle. I need to find my reference angle. Well, this is negative. This is arc sine. I know this is in quadrant 4. So my reference angle, which is phi, is going to be, and this is my reference angle from the last video. I said that I'm always going to use phi in my class. We're going to do the absolute value of negative 0.73, which is 0.73. All right, now I have my reference angle. That's great. Now I'm ready to actually solve this equation because I haven't even started really solving it. So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to say, all right, what sine is negative 2/3? I'm going to use that little memory trick that I taught you that all students take calculus. This tells me where everything is positive. So I know sine is positive in quadrants 1 and 2. That means it must be negative in quadrants 3 and 4. That means my two answers between 0 and 2 pi, which one revolution around, is going to be in quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. So I'm going to write quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. Now with this, I have those formulas that tell me how to get my answer. Well, in quadrant 3, it was pi plus my reference angle, 0.73. When I do that, I'll throw that in a calculator. I will get my answer, which ends up being, it's still an approximate because this is a decimal, and then I'm going to round here because pi is approximate, 3.87 radians. All right, quadrant 4, we're going to do 2 pi minus my reference angle, which is 0.73. When I do this, I'm going to get approximately 5.55. Therefore, my solution to 3 sine theta plus 2 equals 0 between 0 and 2 pi, my theta is going to approximately be 3.87 and 5.55. So not a bad problem to kind of get your feet wet, to kind of see how this actually works out. But this is going to get longer and longer because now this is just a linear equation. Just a linear equation. You're solving it like a linear equation. We're going to start adding more and more complexity with the algebra part. But the trig part is going to be the same. We're adding the complexity in the algebra, not so much the trig. Hi, I'm Mr. Buzzard, and these videos are supplemental instruction for my students. If you found the video enjoyable, make sure you click the like button and click subscribe, as well as the bell for notifications to receive future videos on high school mathematics.